What's up everyone, welcome to Crypto Wolf. My name is Nash and I'm here to bring you this cryptocurrency video. Today I'll be doing some technical analysis on Bitcoin. I've been receiving a lot of questions about Terra Luna, if you should be buying Terra Luna at this stage or stay away from it. Also, I've been getting a lot of questions whether you should be holding USDT or you should move your SDT into USDC coin, and all these questions. We all know, guys, the market is in a crazy panic mode at the moment. The fear and greed index was showing 8 yesterday, today is 12. We're going to be discussing all these matters in this video today. But before we start, let me remind you that if you do like my content, don't hesitate to smash the like button, subscribe to my channel, and activate the notification bell so you can get updated on all my future videos. Let's go. Looking at the Bitcoin chart here, I can tell you right now that we are definitely in a bear market. The market is moving for the past few days a bit of kind of sideways in an ascending triangle, which is forming a bearish flag. If you're looking at the chart here, we can see, if we zoom out a bit on the 4-hour time frame, you guys can see that it's official that we are in a bear market. And I'm sure many of you can argue with me that yes, we are in a bear market at the moment. You guys can see that we have formed a bearish flag right here. It came in all the way, shut up, back, we moved sideways kind of, and then we eventually broke down. The moment we broke below this ascending kind of parallel pattern, we shut all the way down. So now, looking at the chart at the same time here, we can see that we are forming another bearish ascending parallel pattern, which is actually giving us another sign of the bear flag, and this bear flag will potentially go down. Now, for the short term, if we zoom in and we have a closer look into this, and we see that this kind of ascending pattern, where would it possibly go? And if you guys know that, looking at the weekly chart, if we look at the weekly chart with Bitcoin, we have been drawing, guys, 7 red candles on the weekly chart. This is kind of a really long time in the history of Bitcoin that it happened before, and we don't know if we're gonna close another candle which makes it 8 red candles. That will definitely make history. But if we're looking at the chart right here, guys, you can see that we are currently sitting at 30,000. We're around the 30,000 levels. Currently at 29,400 the time I'm doing this video. But you guys can see that we do have potential, as I said in my previous videos, that we might be not sure that's gonna happen or not, but there is room to still go from here another 25% to hit the 200 weekly moving average, which sits around $22,000. So that's another 25% from here. Will it happen by today? Will it happen by tomorrow? We guys don't know. It might take a few months from here. It might even move sideways until this yellow line move up and the average becomes higher and higher. So we don't know at this stage, guys, what will happen, if it's gonna actually end up down. But historically wise, that usually this 200 moving average gets retested after every bull market. So in a bear market, guys, if you kind of look at it right here, you can see that and you can argue that this is exactly how bear markets look like. If you look at this, and you can see here the green candles all the way to the top, then we have a lot of red candles at the bottom, and now we are drawing another wave of red candles. That makes us really bearish with what's happening in the market. Some people are now blaming it on USDT, on Terra Luna. Many factors are involved in this, guys. Also the US government, looking deeply into stable coins at the moment, is making things in the market go uncertain, and which definitely tells me right now to be realistic, to look into few months of bearish move. Now, if you're considering Bitcoin, and if you're looking at the charts here, you can definitely tell that Right now, we could be potentially seeing lower, but before we see lower, this is what I want to mention, guys, is that we might see a little bit of breathe in the market. This usually happens and tend to happen that the market have to kind of, it cannot just shoot down all the way. It needs to take a little of breathe. We might actually, I'm anticipating to see in the next few weeks that Bitcoin goes back and retests 32,000, 33,000, even 34,000 levels before it continues going down. So back to the Bitcoin chart here. If I zoom in, you guys can see that Bitcoin right now is sitting at $29,362 with a potential that it will go back to hit the $31,000 and the $33,000. Now, if I zoom out, guys, all the way on the daily chart, and if we want to see what is this yellow line that I have put in the chart here, this yellow line, guys, represents the top of the 2017 bull cycle and the bottom of our last cycle. All right, these kind of here, these zones, guys, are drawing this yellow support line. So the moment we fell below it, you guys noticed that we shot way down below it, and now we're trying to go and retest it back. And I think we will get rejected. The moment we get back to my yellow line here, we will probably get rejected. We have a potential to go back to 33,000, but then we will see another bearish move to the downside. That's kind of my look into Bitcoin. If we look into Ethereum, Ethereum is definitely moving sideways right now. And we can see that I've got the line here for me at $2,160, almost acting as a big resistance. We've tested this level many times, trying to break it. It didn't work. We might go back to it. We might stay, in this vicinity before we continue diving down. Now, I'm not saying that it's definitely going to happen that we're diving down, but guys, what's happening in the market right now? What's going on in general in the market with the news, with Terra Luna, with the uncertainty, with the fear and greed index is telling me that things will be taking some time for this cycle to kind of reassemble itself and build itself, put the pieces together and start moving back up. Now, this will definitely be taking some time from now. Looking at the crypto fear and greed index, we can see that the Bitcoin fear and greed index is right now sitting at 12 at the time I'm doing this video. That's really, really low. And if we go back to the charts, guys, we notice that since 2018, since the first kind of big bear market that happened after Bitcoin reaching $20,000 all the way shooting down to 6,000 and 7,000 margins, we were sitting at a fear index around below 10. That was 8 right here. So guys, we have seen these levels, we have seen them before, and if you notice that these levels are always an accumulation zone for all these whales and for all the people who believe in the crypto future to accumulate as much as they can before we have better days ahead. So this is not the first time it happened, guys. It's always happening in the crypto space since Bitcoin coming up in 2009 all the way till today. The market is always like that. If we look at the bigger picture, we know that Bitcoin is always bullish in the long term, but in short terms, we have to accept the bad days if we are true holders and if we believe in the future of cryptocurrency in general. So right now, if we're looking at the crypto fear index, we can see that it's gonna play for a while in this zone. If you look at history, you can see that it played for a long time between the June of 2021 all the way to August 2021. And now we are in the same area as well. Looking into Luna, everybody is waiting to see, and I've got a lot of questions asking me whether I want to buy or shall you be buying Luna. Not financial advice, guys, but certainly, like, my honest opinion, guys, is that I would definitely stay away of Luna for now. I mean, always, miracles always happen. So if you do get $20, $30, $40 that, you don't need, you do care, like you want to skip your lunch today and just put that money into Luna, that's not a bad idea. But I do advise you not to go all in into Terra Luna at this stage. It's a very high risk at this stage. It's really high risk. It's like ultra high risk to jump into Luna at this stage, especially with all the news that's coming up around, Korea asking Do Kwon to attempt to check and investigate the situation. So right now we're gonna also check what's going on in the news. If you look here with Terra Luna, after it actually bottomed up almost with zero, and then it pushed back up, there's a lot of people that definitely took advantage of that and made some money. But guys, it is high volatility. If we look here from the time it actually crashed until it went back up to 0.00046. That's a 77,000% up from the time it pushes down. But at that time, guys, Binance delisted Luna. There's major exchanges that delisted Terra Luna. So you could only buy it at specific exchanges. And if you were not on these exchanges, it would have been impossible for you to take advantage of what happened. For this, you need a really brave hearts, guys. You need to play it and be ready for things to happen. But I'm sure that not everybody kind of expects things like this to happen every day. So right now, Terra Luna is back down. If we look at the bigger picture to see this disaster that happened, Terra Luna was actually sitting at, I think, almost $50 billion. And it was among the first kind of top 5 coins on coin market cap. Right now, it have really went all the way to the bottom of the list. Look at this, guys. I mean, we are going to discuss why you should not be playing with fire at this stage. Is with this amount of money getting out of this ecosystem, it's impossible. Like, even if they fix things, even if they're going back, you need to still bring back that all liquidity for Terra Luna to start pumping back up in its price. And with all this court cases that's happening right now and everything, I do believe that things will definitely take a lot of time for this project to heal and the whole ecosystem to heal up. If we look at Terra Luna on CoinMarketCap, you can see that the market cap fell from almost $42 billion all the way to kind of almost, it hits like, I've seen it at $50 million at one time. So definitely is not the game to play. If we look at the circulating supply, I mean, what can you do with all these Terra Luna coins that has been minted? And that's another issue that you have to be looking into. So if the system actually went back to work, there's going to be a lot of things to be looking at. There is plans, and we're going to check what Do Kwon have suggested, that he have a solution to get out of this in a good way. So let's jump into what's happening with the news. So they had news here on Cointelegraph. It says that Do Kwon summoned to parliamentary hearing following USD and Luna crash. So looking at this, the Korean exchanges responded differently to the collapse, with the National Assembly Political Affairs Committee on Tuesday summoning Terraform Lab co-founder Do Kwon for a parliamentary hearing regarding this issue. So Kwon suggests that the Terra ecosystem be forked into 2 chains, with the current network known as Terra Classic Lunac and the new chain known as Terra Luna. So what he wants to do right now is he wants to create the Terra Luna Classic. It's kind of similar to Ethereum Classic coin. So he wants to split the project into 2 projects. He wants to find a solution to kind of make it out and bring the project back to life. Until then, guys, as I said, if you do believe in miracles, you can invest some money back here, but I'm personally staying out of this. Maybe just, like putting really brief amount that we don't care about, but honestly speaking, it doesn't look good as of now. Tether and USDT and USDC, let's check what's going on. Investors withdraw over $7 billion from Tether, raising fresh fears about stablecoins backing. The so-called stablecoin slipped below its intended $1 peg Thursday amid panic over the collapse of viral token Terra USDT. The moment that happened, the moment USDT fell down almost to the 0.20 cents, everybody was concerned about their Tether coins. And the crazy thing about Tether is that they were able to put back in $7 billion, just like I don't know where did they get that reserve of $7 billion to put it back in after Tether actually went down to 94 cents at one stage. It actually pushed down to 94 cents and then back up to the dollar margin over a few hours. And everybody is right now in conspiracy. Where did Tether bring that reserve $7 billion from to actually back it up to the dollar? And the situation has once again placed the subject of the reserve behind Tether under the spotlight. So this actually really damages the crypto market at the moment, because there is a lot of fear about what is going to be the future of Tether, USDT, and will that as well be affected, especially after the governments in the United States has especially put the spotlight on them. Investors have withdrawn more than $7 billion from Tether since it briefly dropped from its dollar peg, raising fresh questions about the reserve underpinning the world's largest stablecoin. So if we do look at the coin market cap at the moment, we can see that Tether actually is now at $74 billion, whereas it was in the $80 billion zone previously. And we can see this whip to the low here, where it actually went down to 95 cents before it pushed back up. And we can see that USDC coin has actually pushed up in the ranking, and it's holding higher market cap as investors started moving their dollars into USDC, considering it as a more safer option at this time. So everybody is considering USDC as a safe option, and that's why people are moving it. But guys, this is my advice to you, not a financial advice, but my advice is that if everybody is gonna panic about Tether, we are going to be the reason behind it crashing, because the more people actually moving money from Tether to USDC is going to actually drain the liquidity, and it will drain the market cap, and it will actually force Tether to crash, and they will not be able to hold it to the dollar. So just diversify your portfolio, guys. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. I've always mentioned that before. Put some in Tether, put some in USDC, and just wish for the best, because you never know in this market what is going to happen. But for sure, what is happening at the moment is that Bitcoin is playing the king. In the past 7 days, we can see that it's actually held its price over the past week, making it the king in a real market that is very volatile. However, all the altcoins has been actually getting hit, and they're getting lower and lower with all the volatility that's happening. So right now, you guys can see that the altcoins are actually losing over the last week more than 12-11%. Some are at 15%, like Shiba Inu, some as like Matic at 16% over the week. But Bitcoin has been proven that in volatile markets, it is the best option to be kind of holding. And we have seen huge volumes of traders moving their money from altcoins into Bitcoin amid all what's happening around the stablecoin market. So you guys now have a brief kind of idea what you should be doing. If you do consider, Bitcoin is the king, whether in bear market, guys, let me put it out like this. In bear markets, Bitcoin tends to hold lower losing in percentage than other altcoins. However, altcoins make a lot of money, more than Bitcoin, in bull markets. So as a safe option in bear markets, if you actually keep your money in Bitcoin, you will end up losing much less in value in Bitcoin than losing, in the altcoins compared to stable coins like USDT and the dollar. All right, so that's kind of it, the kind of full recap on the market, guys. I think, let me check if I still missed anything to mention to you today. We've checked Ethereum, we've talked about Bitcoin. As I said, guys, again, just as a reminder, we might see a little bit of a breathe. Could be, today, tomorrow, within this week, back to the upside for a bit, and then getting rejected to move lower. That's kind of my lookout. I'm not trying to be bearish, guys. I'm just trying to be realistic. If you're looking into Bitcoin, into the cycles, always in the long run, Bitcoin is a king. Bitcoin is the in a bull market. Like just looking back in 2016 or 2009, all the way till today, people who've bought Bitcoin in 2009, like we're no way going back to $1 on Bitcoin. So just zoom out on the picture and you will feel good about it. And if you haven't sold yet, you know, there might be another 25%, so expect that. But if you haven't sold yet, we are already down like 80%, I think, or 50% on Bitcoin itself. Other coins has down more than 150%. So just do the dollar cost average, but don't buy into every dip. Consider that we are in a bear market, and buying the dip in a bear market is not always the right thing to do. So stay vigilant and trade responsibly and play it safe, guys. And don't risk more than you can afford to lose. This is not financial advice, but this is what kind of being in crypto for the past 7 to 8 years have taught me a lot, and I love to be sharing this with you. So that makes us come to the end of our video, and I wish you have a great day ahead, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.